Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn how to animate along a path in Blender and not just simply animate to travel the path, but to do anything you want in between. While I think I went a bit too far, but you get the point. Keeping that aside, I'm using Blender 4.4.3. It should technically work with other versions, but I cannot guarantee that. Anyway, we go into the startup scene, select everything and nuke them because we frankly don't need them. We go into the top view and we do Shift A to add a path for us using a Bezier curve. Go into the edit mode, A to select all and X to delete all the vertices because we want to make our own path easier. Select this draw button from the left. If the window is not available, it comes out with the T key on your keyboard. So draw button, I am going to create a path which looks like a desert from my country. Let me know in the comments if you know what I am talking about. Go out of the edit mode, get a good view, and now I'm gonna add our traveler on the path. So for the traveler, I am going to go Shift A, Mesh, and a cone. Reduce the size a bit using S and then rotate it about Y-axis so it faces the X-axis. 90 degrees should do the trick. Control A to apply all transforms. Now we can see a lovely traveler and a path. How do we put it on the path? So because if you see, if I try to animate, nothing happens. So select the traveler, go to constraints tab, add object constraint, relationship, follow path, and in the target object select the curve as the path. Shifts, really good sign. Now we also want to adjust the forward axis and the up axis. Right now this is basically where it's pointing at for me, so that's the forward. Up axis is Y or Z, doesn't really matter for now. I mean, you would have to change it based on your situation. Also enable follow curve, check it. And do you think it works now? Let's check. So if I play, nothing happens because we haven't clicked on animate path. Now from here on you have two options to animate this traveler on this path. If you want a default animation of 100 frames and it starts at frame 1 here, goes all the way and finishes in frame 100 and then shoots off somewhere after that, very good. You can click on animate path and be done with it if that's exactly what you want. Congratulations, you reached the end of your path. You can close the video. However, for others who want a bit more control over the whole thing, stick around because I'll show you what happens. So I've clicked the animate path button and if I play now, it's animating, and if you see in frame 100 it's gonna finish and then shoot off. Bye bye. Anyway, we don't want it to shoot off, we want it to control it. We want to control it, right? So let's say we wanted to finish the path in frame 200. There's no way to do it from here. So let's bring it back all the way to the front. What we can do is simply click on the path and then go into the data properties, and here you see something called path animation. Expand that, and this is exactly what is the default applied to the whole thing. You see 100 frames because that's the default time frame for animation to occur, and then the evaluation time, which decides what should be the path of the whole thing. So I'll demonstrate. So if you hit play, you see with increasing frames that should increase and change. So yeah, see, perfect. So now you know what's happening. So what we can do is put it back to 0, right click, clear keyframes. What it does is it removes that animate path thing which we did, and now we can animate it ourselves. So in frame 1 I want the evaluation time to be 0 and I do I. You see a keyframe come up, perfect. In frame 200, so frame 200, I want the evaluation time to be 199. That's the end. I do I. That's it. At any point in time. So let's say you want to finish it at 150. Delete this keyframe. At 150, change the frames to 150. Change the evaluation time to 149. And you have it at the end. Don't forget to keyframe it. And now it stops at 149. Oh shit. I can shift it. Yeah, 150. Yep. Perfect. Now, the problem is Blender applies a default smooth interpolation to all of them, right? So if you go to graph editor, see a smooth interpolation. That's not what we want. We want it to be like, let's say, steady. We don't want it to accelerate or deaccelerate. So we do a right click, interpolation type, linear. And now we have a constantly moving and traversing path traveler. Also, let's say we want the traveler to rest here, right, for some time before the end. So what we can do is we can, oops, come on, zoom in, right click, insert a keyframe. We know the value is 104. Let's say we want it to wait for, I don't know, 15 frames. So at 120, we insert another keyframe and we change the value to 104. Flatten it out basically. So now once it reaches that position, it stops and then it moves again to the end. There you go. That's it. That's how you control a traveler on a path and then give it a custom animation, right? Perfect. And rest of all, you can play around as you like, right? You want it to go in reverse, I don't know, maybe make the keyframe go back, so it starts, goes forward, comes back a bit, and then goes forward again. I don't know, you can play around, right? That's it. Like and comment on the video if it was helpful, and if you want to see some more content, do let me know the topics you would like to see the videos on, right? Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and that's it. Thanks and have a nice day.